again. Time stopping by my channel. Much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my grown extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the support. Y'all are chiming in on my community page with the funny memes as well as the positive posts. It is truly grateful. And y'all dropping comments like it ain't even funny. So I'm so thankful for the support. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. If you've been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you have been if you're comfortable enough, I don't know why I got stuck on that. If you're comfortable enough, go ahead and drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your impact, the gift, how it impacted your life and head you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very informative, give you good insight, good inspiration, or just good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, um, or even a fellow empath or going through trying times at the moment and need spiritual guidance or just need confirmation, validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites, wherever you see fit. And once again, thank you so much for the love and support. It is so greatly appreciated. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today, the music I'm listening to on the background, got all my remotes on the wrong spot. Had my grandbaby over here. The most powerful DMT activation, pineal gland resonator, natural DMT release meditation, 528 hertz. And I will post that link in the description box below. And today my video is about Twin Flame 101. Heyoka's being on the last chapter will show you how you ran the race. It is just like right now it is like coming to a close on everything within the end of the year. It just seemed like 2019 just flew by, even though we are going through so much hell. I think it was really hard for a lot of people from the beginning of last year all the way until this year. It's like you're wrapping up everything. You're being constantly tested. If it ain't me, I'm coming in connection with people that you already know. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into personal conversations. I just we're all jobs and the bad jobs you've been doing, and it's just a lot of times you have to be able to step back, reevaluate your decisions, the path that you're on. We're all a work in progress. It's not like you shouldn't beat yourself up because you're learning. You know what I'm saying? If you've been on a situation where you have just basically had, running after running after running after running, it's hard to go through a complete change. If you've been used to doing stuff in a certain way for so long and then you're trying to flip the script on doing something positive for your life, it's kind of hard to maintain that if you're not used to that. And it's like, running this race is just basically like you're in high school. They're going to go back over everything that you have learned throughout the years. Like I've said before, what you focus on are, there are certain things that's being placed on your path. Are you going to go back to the old ways on how you used to, respond to certain things, view it, put energy on it? Um, you know, when people are being rude, are you going to go back and do tit for tat type things? All these different things is teaching you. And it's just like, I'm getting tested almost every daggone day. And you know what? I said I'm here for it. I'm good. It's a blessing to me where I have really went through some really hard things. I've had people I've connected with that, whether it was negative or positive, it's all been a blessing because I learned something. I got a deep meaning of how I do things. Like I tell anybody, the things I went through, I'm glad those things happened because it reminded me of things that I did not know I carried. A lot of times you can go through emotional trauma, mental trauma, verbal, all these different things in your life. And a lot of times, people, especially with us being Heyoka, they will throw their insecurities in kind of way. And a lot of times we do it as well. because we're very bold with our words at times. It just depends, and it's just like with me, I've always been brutally honest, and now it's just like I have to be mindful and discerning about, how I tend to respond on things. What do I place my energy on? Is this going to waste my time? Because I'm not trying to be in no damn situation longer than I should have heck wanted to. Everything has a reason and a season, and that season's almost done. So I'm ready to go. But I'm grateful for it, because it's like, the people I've connected with, when there's times when you're wondering about certain things, like I use that, that meme, as well as I used it on one of my thumbnails as well. When you're searching for that answer, when universe is trying to give you the answer but you're not getting it, they will allow you to connect with somebody, and then the things you're starting to say about that to that person, to not just give them something they really need to hear, encouraging words, but a lot of times we don't give ourselves that credit because we're seeing from the inside and not looking from the outside in. A lot of times we can be in certain situations and we're making it harder than it usually is. I'm not in, if y'all come to me with the situation, I might not see it that hard because I'm not experiencing that, but I have experienced hard times, and I know at times it can be it can feel hard to bear. There's times you can feel like you're drowning, and all you had to do was just stand up. We all have to go through these different things. You ran that race, you're tired. You probably got blisters and corns on your feet. Them things howling like, oh, and you're like, I know my toes hurt. you know but you all have to go through those things, and it's just like when everything is all said and done, and when you start seeing this new improved you're going to be grateful for all those blows you caught. All those things, people hurt you, people lied to you, people deceived you. I'm grateful for those things, because it allowed me to show my character. I don't have to go, somebody wants to be ignorant or rude towards me. I ain't got to really go that way. There's, like I said before, there's people that come here and try to rub me the wrong way. And I'm just like, boo boo, you letting your ego speak before your voice do. And I just really don't have the time for it. But if you really trying me and it's that day that I feel like unleashing that beast, you can catch it. You can really catch it. Because it's like when you come here, this is my throne. I have my Fifth Amendment right. You don't like what I say, you can unsubscribe to me. You ain't even got to say nothing to me. Stage left. And I said to the right, stage left. You can do that. But it's like all of us were going through that race where it could have been you jumping hurdles. And I love playing track, but shoot, when I'm down here in Georgia, I got to remember there's a lot of different things I thought I can haul ass when I was running here, but I said I forgot. A lot of my friends done been through some stuff, so they run faster than me. So, but going through all these things is truly a blessing. You have to be able to look at the things that you have to do. I forgot where you got to hand the baton off to somebody. You got that stick and you got to hurdle over that daggone thing. I forgot what that is, but we're doing that. You're doing all those different things in life to where you're leaping bounds. And it might be seeming hard at times, because like I said, I can get in contact with other people. And it's like, I'm not going to tell you something just to make you feel good. I'm going to tell you the real deal, because a lot of times we don't see the positive reinforcements or the positive that we reflect out because you're so busy in that darkness. And it's hard to see it at times. And, I have to remind myself that, we all get tired, but all you got to do, you got to know how bad you want your stuff. And like I tell people, and I even put a post up there, you have to want it better than what people don't want you to have it. You know how they go overboard, trying to make sure you don't get your blessings because they see what you're about to get. They see what you about to get. So they're going to be thirsty like, no, I want to be, those ones that are, what do they call them? Supporting haters. Yes, that's what they are, supporting haters. They see the things that you're doing, and a lot of people don't, they want to see you doing good, but they don't want to see you doing better than what they're doing. And that's fine, but it's just like, shoot, don't tell me what I'm going to do, what I deserve and what I do not deserve, because I earned my stuff. Anything I had is because I earned it. I worked my butt off for it, and I got a lot of butt back there. So it's like when you're going through a lot of stuff, you're gonna have those different situations where it can seem hard to bear. I've been there. Like I told you, there's times I don't sat here and I don't cry, and to the point I can't even cry no more. Doing one of those, so I've been through that. And, and it's just like when I actually sit back and go down that memory lane of seeing that race I run, that was a tough one. I've been through some stuff, I really have. But this is like, I thought it was bad when I lost my mom. That was really bad. And that really tested my strength on all levels. But it's like when I look back, it's just like my mom's anniversary just passed, and God blessed me with that gift to be able to talk to people on the other side. Me and my mom had a really good talk, and it is just like when I can see all the things that I'm doing, just to hear my mom. She's not a very affectionate person. The last time I actually heard her say she was proud of me was right before she died, and that was very beautiful to me. I will keep that memory. But when her seeing all the things that I went through, and she really feels bad because my mom knew a lot, and I said, don't feel bad. Her ex-husband could have did the right thing. He chose not to, but I'm glad he didn't, because this situation, I've connected with so many beautiful people all over the world because of this situation. I've healed in ways that I didn't even know I needed healing because of this situation. Um, the people that has, really put me through some situations because of my strength and power I never knew I ever had. And it's just like when you go through certain situations and strength is all you have to lean on, boy, it will reflect everything that you need to know. And and I always tell people, don't discredit yourself. If you have went through some trauma and you're still living to tell it, and you see where you need to be fixed at, if that's not strength right there, I don't know what is, because it takes a lot to say, hey, this is, I don't have that love for myself and I'm trying to strengthen myself through that. That's strength, because you're allowing yourself to admit that you're flawed. When you're a narcoleptic, narcoleptic, but no narcissist. I said narcoleptic, like, you know, narcissists. They don't want to sit up here and admit they're flawed. They think they're perfect. They hide behind religion. All those different things. But everybody's flawed. But when you can actually allow yourself to say, "Hey, I need to learn how to give myself more confidence than I give myself credit for. I need to allow myself to see the power and the strength that I have, because I've lived and survived over trauma that, it could have really messed somebody up. Even though I'm not saying it didn't mess you up, it could have been worse than off than you are right now. You need to go ahead and you thank God for allowing you to have that pain, because it allowed you to see what kind of power you hold. And I tell people that all the time. They might get tired of hearing it, but a lot of times you got to remind somebody of that, because when we're going through so many storms, it's hard for you to be able to see that, because you're so busy looking at that storm and not seeing the strength you had to endure that storm. And a lot of times it's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. Trust me, there's days I sit here and look at my dad's pictures. There's days I sit up here and look at his performances and I cry like a baby. And being able to hear my dad's voice, I mean, it's just sometimes just hearing his voice makes me tear up, because it felt like I missed out on so much because of financial issues. People were jealous of the connection me and my father had. I emulated my dad to the point where, you know, my mom's ex-husband and their family, I couldn't be around. He would never want to be around me by myself because I looked just like my dad. And that used to mess him up. It's like when I can see him and see all of that, not this one. You ain't robbed. You don't took everything else from me, but this is not something I'm not going to allow you to have. You took my power before. I snatched that mess back real quick, because that's something that you don't own. He don't even own his own, because you're with the way you do things. But I have to pray for people like that. Not everybody got that mindset like me. Not everybody got that love, regardless on what you have done for me. That's fine. But I've endured that storm. God has placed me in a storm, and I tell him thank you every day. At times I used to cry and say, God, why do these things got to keep going like this? I've done everything you asked. Why do I got to continue to keep going through that? Because I was focusing on the wrong thing. I was so much wanting to see somebody pay for taking my father and my mom away from me. You know, going through that, it has taught me so much. It has really taught me so much. And it is just like a lot of times we go through things and we take it personal when it's not even personal. And it's personal to you, but it's not really personal. When you get really deep with it, you'll see that the people you're going to come in contact, this was this about. Because a lot of times we get lost in transition, we get lost in the darkness, and we need somebody to have that torch to guide us out of that. I had to guide myself out of my situation, but I had my mom that helped me with this. I had my dad with me, my grandparents, my aunt, my best friends. They've helped me through the storm. And there's a lot of times I cry tears of joy. My sister from another minister told me that you're going to be crying tears of joy pretty soon. And I didn't understand what she was talking about because I was so stressed out, dealing with this, because it comes to the holidays is reflecting something that I've always wanted. That's why I always tell people, if you got a mother and a father, if they didn't abuse you or anything like that, and y'all can come to terms with things, don't take that for granted. Because I mean, I would do anything to have my mom and my dad here, but they're in that spiritual, essence for me, and that's still a blessing. So I always tell people, if your parents didn't abuse you, if it's something that's very petty, put that stuff aside. Life is too short. We when you running around here want to get vengeance, or you're mad, or you're upset because certain things didn't go the way you planned it. You can't do that. Everything happens for a reason. Everything you have gone through has a purpose behind every decision that was made. You can't sit up here and worry about missed opportunities because it took you to have to go through this just for you to be able to reflect it. I always tell people that, there's a lot of things I wish I could have changed, but I had to go through this the way I had to go through this, because if I didn't experience this, I would have never been able to do the things that I'm doing now. I would never be able to help the people I do now. I help people all over the world. And at times I don't even know how I'm helping myself. But then I get my answers through helping other people. And I say, you know what? And then when I finish talking to them, I have that good cry. And I tell God, thank you. Now I understand. It's just like when he died on the cross from us, now he got, sorry about that. So you have to be, when you actually really step back and see the race that you've been fighting for this long and been running for this long, you're going to see how that strengthened you up. It's just like when you're training to, run a race, you got to exercise, you got to keep yourself in shape, you got to eat certain things, you got to, sleep a certain amount of hours, maintain, a balanced meal and stuff like that. And that's all about how we're going on in life. So you don't ever worry about missed opportunities. Everything has happened to you for a reason. If you're still here to live another day, and a lot of times so many people are like, Roslynn, I don't want to live anymore, I can't deal with this pain. I said, if you wake up the next day, the universe ain't done with you yet. Yeah, it hurts to go through that, but it's going to hurt even worse when you're stuck in a situation that has been long past. Don't allow yourself to stay in a situation that is served its purpose. You got too many beautiful things that's heading towards your way just because you went through that storm. You didn't go through that just to be going through it. You didn't come this far just to come this far. There's things that you want better in your life. There's things that you want to do in life, but you had to be able to go through that trial for you to understand the real true tribulation you really had to go through to where you want to get the blessings of abundance on so many different levels. Don't, when you see the people that has really placed you through some things, you tell them thank you. That's why I look at my situation. I say, the people that know they mess me up in the worst kind of way, I say thank you. And even the ones that come in contact with me, I don't hold no ill will towards you. That I mean, I'm focusing on something I can't change. I can change how I see you. I can change how I respond to you. I can change that energy I placed in that situation that you put me in. But I'm doing me. I got better things to keep my mind on and my energy on. It ain't about somebody I can't change. I can only change myself. So, allow yourself to heal where you need to heal at, because you're on that last chapter where you are touching that damn doorknob, where them abundance is about to bust wide open. Y'all about to bust a levy on your blessings. Don't allow yourself to remain focused on some negative stuff that you can't change. It had to have happened for you to get right where you are. Allow yourself to see the strength that you carry, because you got a lot of it. A lot of times we just focus on the wrong things, and you miss out on what the whole meaning was about for you to go through that trial. You know, There's a lot of things that happen to me I wish that I can change, but then when I see the blessings I'm adding towards people's life of confusion, that was worth that. And that was a lot. That is really a lot. But when I'm getting in touch with different people all over the world and they're telling me how my videos is allowing them to see their life in a different light, it makes a lot more sense than what it used to before they got in contact with me. If that's not blessings, I don't know what is. So I don't never I'll and anytime I finish talking to somebody, I cry tears of joy when I know I can place some kind of love and into their heart. There's too many people I've talked to that was on the verge of ending their life, and knowing I said something to stop that. I've knocked on death's door so many times. God did not want me. He wasn't ready for me yet, and he ain't ready for you yet. And if you kill yourself, you don't need that. You can get through this. It might take one day at a time, but allow yourself to take that one day at a time, because if you're still here, you still have you still have a purpose. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I hope y'all had a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible and safe at everything you do. My bad about that signal, but when my frequency start changing, it will cut that signal real quick. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Susan Osborne, and as well as Bri Fuller. Much love to you. Welcome to the fam. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell. If you want to have any kind of conversation with me about your empath, because there have been people wanting to try to holler, or there's people disconnected to folks I really don't deal with trying to be nosy. I tell people all the time, you can always look me up under my name on Facebook Messenger, not my page, because I'm not accepting anybody on my page. There was people had the wrong kind of intent and wanted to be nosy, so I'm not, they don't ruin it for the rest of the folks. So if you need to talk to me and you're, whatever you need to talk about is 100%, 2,000,000,000% confidential. So if you want to hit me up there, if you don't feel like posting here, look me up on Facebook Messenger and I will talk to you there. Drop a line so I can give you a post notification shout out. Give me a thumbs up. Also share. Tell somebody about the channel. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I will see you on my next video. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity vibes, words, and frequencies. You never know, all three of those can really take somebody a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace and be wild.